Hmm. Hello, hello. I am here. I am live, and today I actually flipped the switch on my stream because this game comes with a content warning. So I wanted to make sure that people, opted in to viewing rather than by default. This is the new FMV by Ghost Dog Games, published by Wales Interactive, and thank you to the publisher for supplying me with a copy of this game for streaming purposes. I did have the opportunity to play a little bit of this earlier, doing a little bit of testing, and it is a slight desync between the audio and video that they're aware of, but hopefully that will be fixed soon. I didn't see an update before the stream, even though I did check, so obviously it's not something they were able to patch for day one, but I'm sure they are on it because they are very diligent with fixing games. So yeah, this came out today. It was released at 2 p.m. That's when the embargo also went away, so I'm able to do a stream tonight. I do like doing streams on release day, but yeah, just for those of you that aren't aware, this comes with a content warning. It does start with quite a disturbing suicide scene. I don't feel that content warnings are spoilers. I think that's important to share that information, and hopefully my audio is working and everyone heard that spiel. Thank you for all the hosts, everyone. So I am going to load up and switch over. Hello, hopefully you can hear me. Just in case that didn't work, I mean, I can see the audio bar going. Again, content warning, so possibly flashy light warning. So yeah, anyway, it's Tuesday, I'm tired, so we'll see how this goes. It's a psychological horror exploring themes of death. Hi Dan! Hopefully you can hear me, and the game. So, sideways tilty head warning, yes. It's weird, it goes into a bit of a Rorschach test there, so how you doing, Dan? Doing okay? Thank you for sharing the gorgeous Milo picture in my Discord channel. It's very much appreciated. If you can just let me know that you're hearing me, that would be great. Before I start, because I just want to make sure everyone is aware of the content warning. Aha! Thank you, Paul! And also hi. And also, yes, for those who arrived, because people aren't always there exactly on 8. I mean, some people are. I mean, I'm not sure how relaxing this is going to be. Psychological horror with themes of death. Content warnings for suicide. And, it starts with a funeral. Always good. It was sunny, which was great, until it started blinding me in my eyes. Haven't worked in my office in the sun, so I may have to put up some paper or something on a bit of the window, because there's just a reflection in one of the windows across the road. But it was nice that I forgot to put the light on yesterday, and I didn't realise until about 7 o'clock when I went, why am I still working? And it's gone dark. So it as much as I complain about daylight savings. Oh, thank you. Except when I have technical difficulties or I'm playing a platformer, then I am totally not calm and laid back. Yeah. I complain about daylight savings, but when I'm feeling, hopefully, if I get to be feeling slightly less tired, I might be able to go for a walk after work because it won't be pitch black. So that part's good. But yeah, anyway, let's start. And hopefully it won't be too spooky. So just have a quick look at the settings. So I'm going to do pause choices on if I can flip the switch. Where? Oh, hang on, where am I? I'm on subtitles. It does help if I'm actually in the right place. Okay. Pause choices for streaming on. Turn volume down a fraction. Brightness adjust. English subtitles large, high contrast, please. Have. Yes, there is no middle ground. I am either raging at a game or I'm calm and relaxed. I mean, there's also it is a new FMV game, so it does start off with a content warning, but I'm going to keep on mentioning it, just because I know that this particular subject can be quite triggering, and I don't want people to be alarmed. So the first scene is disturbing, and viewer discretion is advised. Ooh, I like that. That was just perfect. Yeah, it's good for you to do your dog walkies in the light. I imagine it makes treading in things a lot less of a worry. So here we go. The following content contains scenes that some viewers might find disturbing and is not suitable for younger audiences, including graphical depictions of violence and suicide. Viewer discretion is advised. Wales Interactive and Ghost Dog Games. Ghost Dog Films, my bad. Ghost Dog Films. Hopefully I tagged the right one on thing. It's an Amanda Murray production. And I saw.
Just relax.
Dark clouds.
You're safe.
I saw black clouds. I'm getting it mixed up with Dark Side of the Moon now. Also a good game. Slightly more jovial.
I'm sorry. But I have to leave. Don't follow me
Okay.
to where I'm going.
I'll just twitch it.
I don't want you to go where I've been or see the things I've seen. I know I've let you down.
I've turned it down a little bit.
Maybe we can be together again.
Hopefully that's good.
But for now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, not particularly nice start. Don't flip too many tables there, Scruff.
Washington Irving wrote, "There is a sacredness in tears. They are not the mark of weakness, but of power. They speak more eloquently than 10,000 tongues. They are the messengers of overwhelming grief. Today our tears are for Emily. We mourn a young life ended far too soon. We mourn the things we never said, could have said, because we never had the chance to say goodbye."
So yeah, I realise there is a slight desync. They are aware of this. Oh.
Did she call? called you?
No. You?
Thanks for the host, Mr.
Nothing.
Corners.
When did you last speak to her?
Hi, Vicky.
Just so quick, you know.
So, oh, I mean, hopefully there's something you can do about that, Scruff, because resetting the router every week's not great. Oh, and just like clockwork upstairs are being loud. Wonderful. So, this FMV has a character page, basically, which is interesting. So we can have we have our relationships with Charlotte and Jack. At the moment, fairly neutral. Our character-wise, honesty, strength, morality, tact, and introspection are fairly in the middle. Be interesting to see how well our tact goes. We all know how tactful I am. And story-wise, of the stages of grief, we don't seem to have anger or bargaining in there. But we are on the way to some acceptance. We'll see how that goes. I will probably pick some choices based on myself, but, you know, when we get to a particularly gnarly story decision, I might open it up to the stream to see what people think. Because I do have the streamer setting on, so it does pause for choice, which is nice, because the timer makes me anxious sometimes. So, yeah.
No.
This clearly wasn't filmed in times of COVID. The funeral I went to on Friday was online. No less poignant and sad, but not quite the same atmosphere. Anyway, how's everyone
Do you
doing
think she
this
blames
week?
us?
Maybe. Did we do anything to be
Maybe.
blamed for? Hi, Barry.
I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both for coming today. I'm sure it would have meant so much to Emily.
She meant so much to us.
Yeah,
Oh, and thank you for the
Christina.
bits.
I was wondering if you could do something for me.
Thank you, Paul.
Of course. The pendant Emily wore, it was one my mother gave to me. I wanted to be sure it was safe. Can't face going back there.
Of course.
I was just wondering.
I'll get it. I will get it.
Yeah, definitely not one for the faint of heart. But I think it's more, could be triggering for some people. It's tricky because obviously, you know, watching a service online, it's not the same as being there in person. But when the music started playing and when I saw my family on the screen, because they were able to get there, you know, I could feel myself welling up. And, you know, I mean, I treated it like as if I were there. You know, it wasn't like I was doing something and had it on in the background. You know, I sat down, I stood up, you know. It's not the same as being there, but it really was poignant, you know, hearing the eulogy and hearing the music, and then at the very end, because it was my second cousin, and he was a naval officer, so at the end, like, all of his naval buddies that are still alive were saluting the coffin, and Jesus Christ, it's just completely, well, I mean, I was already welling up during the ceremony, But that just nail in the coffin. No pun intended. So, you know, it sucks. And I think if he if it had been a closer member, not that I'm massively close to most members of my family, but if it had been someone I was closer to, I think it would have been really hard doing it online rather than being there in person. I can't imagine if it had been my grandma's funeral, for example, but you know, it's still, well, maybe, but you know, one should not joke at a funeral, but I did take the opportunity to tell my dad that he was going bald, because all I could see was the back of people's heads, and there was just this big shiny spot. And he was like, "I'm not going bald, it's the light." And I'm like, "Of course, Dad, it's the light." So yeah. Yeah, that's why there's a big content warning in my tweet and in the title of the stream, and I will keep on saying, you know, suicide it's a tricky subject, and hopefully this game treats it with respect. You know, it is something that people struggle with, and it is something that people have experienced. I think it's important to talk about it. But I know that it is hard for some people, so I will not judge if you need to walk away. You know, as always, there's no obligation to watch my streams. I am going to get very annoyed at my upstairs neighbours that are clumping around and being loud. It's like, hello, someone died. But no, for some reason they seem to, like, it always seems to be days like Tuesdays, Thursdays, the occasional Friday, and they're just really, really, really noisy. And, you know, being fined for it doesn't seem to make a difference, but yeah. To be fair, he's not actually going bald. It was the light, but it was just funny to tease him because I knew he would have, like, he would be sensitive about it. But no, he is actually not going bald. My grandpa also doesn't have a bald spot. My uncle is, but he knows that. Don't think male pattern baldness runs too badly in my family, so my brother should be safe. But yeah, I inherited his mega thick hair, so yeah, hopefully I'll be safe. I don't know, you don't see many bald women. It's an odd thing. Maybe it's a hormonal bit. You know, testosterone tends towards baldness. I don't know. That is a weird musing. Anyway, let's see. I'm hoping at some point if I like go into one of the settings things, it'll resync me audio, because the desynced audio is annoying. But there's nothing really we can do about it. So just don't watch their mouths too closely and it should be okay. It's only out by about half a second, but yeah. Oh, so we're going to collect a pendant, I believe. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing okay. And if you need to step away, you don't need to tell me, you just do it. Embarrassed? Why would women be embarrassed about going bald? You see all these guys with comb overs. I think it's men that get more embarrassed about it. Okay, we're definitely going to find the necklace because, you know, it was requested. But no, I just think that, you know, I'd be okay with that. I have so much hair, it is ridiculous. I had to stop my Hoover twice today because it got tangled up. Okay. Yeah. It's weird. Oh. More testosterone, the less hair. I mean, yeah, some guys are just losing their hair. It's unfortunate, isn't it, Paul? Paul's just jealous of your luscious locks, Ross. Just jealous. Okay, I don't know why we have the option to leave. I'm wrapping up the necklace. I think it's important to treat it with respect. It was important, I think, to the mum. But also I feel if we stay here, then I was promised supernatural, so maybe we'll start seeing ghosts. Because that's kind of cool. Jaya. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Nearly jumped out my skin. Okay, so, yep, this is as promised. Slightly horror-y. Ooh, hey, there's a diary under there. That's what the ghost was trying to tell us. Maybe she was murdered. Maybe she didn't commit suicide. I mean, maybe she did. Maybe she was driven to it by ghosts. Interesting twist. Or maybe this is just going to be a way of dealing with someone's death. Doesn't have to be a supernatural element to it, but there could be. People like to rationalize.
18th of May. Now that the clinic is closing, I'm going to have to see one of the counsellors privately. Her name is Dominique. She sees people at home in the town. I'm glad to leave. There's something quite dark about this place, and I just feel pity for some of the people I've met. The school said I can take as much time as I need to recover from this, but I don't believe them. I can't afford to lose that job. I'm pretending that I'm better than I am. I just can't shake off that feeling of shadows following me. I feel in danger, as though my life's going to end. I tell people that I'm okay, but when I close my eyes, all I see is black clouds around me.
I saw black clouds. Uh-oh. And that's the cupboard where they found her. I think. I'd be pretty spooked right now. Also, that staircase is evil.
I just feel so empty inside. How much longer will I have to wear this mask?
Till it's safe. I think that's a little bit silly, Dan. I remember us having this discussion about shaving off all your hair and it not growing back.
21st of May. I'm so scared. I found out something about the girl who went missing from the clinic. I don't want to believe it. I can't write it down.
Read more. Look at photo. Interesting. So it stopped the video now, because usually it would just pick a choice, I'm guessing. I'm gonna read more.
26th of May. I told Dominique what I knew. She tried to calm me down. She says it's all in my head, but I know this is real.
Go for a run, go for a drink. Let's do the healthy option. Because, apparently we go for a run in the spooky woods. And definitely let it out. Because holding it in is not healthy. Ah, I've already picked different choices from Barry. Emily's journal. I'll go back to the apartment. No, I want to read more book.
May. The darkness is all around me. I can't tell anyone about this. I wouldn't know what to say. I have to be careful of people now. I feel like I'm being followed.
I have to admit, if I had nice woods like that to run in, might actually run. Looks nice and soft on the ankles.
Don't tell me you're going tomorrow.
I can't stay
Did one
around
you
here.
scruff, sorry.
I need to get back.
Come on, I haven't seen you for ages.
Okay, I'll stay.
Maybe I can get my flat for another few days. I'm not promising anything.
Great. I know you will. I just want us to remember Emily together.
Right, just turning it down a little bit. Emily.
To Emily.
It's not a smooth transition-wise, to say. Maybe it's because of the desync that you sort of get that weird jerk between frames. Doing on stats. Okay, so good healthy dose of acceptance, a little bit of denial, a little bit of guilt. Building a relationship with Charlotte, that must be the blonde. Good morality, bit of introspection. I think honesty and strength are fairly neutral still. Tact looks middle, so it should be good. But yeah, the desync is definitely a problem. They are aware of it. It was told it was just on the Xbox, like the previous version. This is a Series X, and it's on the internal hard drive, and my internet connection is decent, so the fact that that's happening is a little bit of an issue, but hopefully they'll sort it out soon. I mean, are we expecting someone to knock on our door? I mean, if someone knocked on my door, I would get up. Because honestly, I am disturbed by noises in my flat all the time. And I certainly I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep, so we're going to have a look. Unless that's like the closet door? That's a hallway. I feel like there should be a light on. Switch on the light, please. As everyone knows, ghosts are dispelled by lights. Ooh. And also your night vision is ruined,
Hello?
but... Oh no, hello! What is that? And also, I think that was the bulb. Okay. Close the door. I mean, yes, Quen was bad. I never did figure out why that was really desynced. Turn on the light. It is the dark room. You wake up and find yourself in a dark room. Go west. Go west. Go west. Or is it east? I can't remember.
Emily!
I'm so sorry.
Emily!
What happened?
Emily!
Is it true? It's dead.
Oh.
This is a little bit freaky. Yeah, I think it's just a little more obvious on this one. I didn't notice it on Quen, and I think Quen was a stream, an issue with the capture card rather than game, because I wasn't getting any desync. I know Headspun had some desync. Who's this? I like her top.
Why don't we start with why you're here?
I'm gonna go with this is Dominique.
My friend Emily died recently.
Yes, I heard about that.
Okay, so a little bit more acceptance. We haven't met Jack yet. We've got some strength and honesty and morality, and introspection getting quite high. Tact is still in the middle. I mean, so far we've had what could possibly have been a grief-induced hallucination. I mean, it felt fairly real, but I mean, we could still rationalize what has happened.
I'm sorry you've had to have that experience. Must be very troubling for you.
She mentioned you in a journal that she kept.
I'm sure she did. I encouraged her to keep a diary of her treatment.
Please, I really need some answers.
It would be better if we talk about your feelings about this. You could tell me
Okay.
what's troubling you? Close your eyes and listen carefully to my voice.
If we close our eyes, do we get resynced on the video? Okay. Bye, Barry. Thanks for dropping by.
I want you to go to your deeper place, way down inside of you. Think of your calm, safe place. Go there, in your mind, now.
Caves, not so much. I like forests. There's trees. And I said there was water too. Always go left. I feel like we're bobbing around like a rabbit. Left again. If we keep going left, we just go in a circle, right? It's a U shape.
That's good, Christina. As you go deeper into the woods, the deeper you go into yourself.
I look in the mirror and I just hate myself. I feel disgusted.
Just to reiterate, if anyone's finding this hard, please step away.
What has
It's
scared
okay.
you recently?
I saw a ghost.
I saw a ghost.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Yes.
It's all right not to be sure. They are, after all, just a figment of our imaginations. Representations of our anxieties and guilt.
Then why would I see one?
Our minds see what they want us to see. Do you believe in the afterlife? Do you believe in carrying on when everything else looks us?
I'm not sure.
Tell me about your relationship with your parents.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get that. It's a prearranged call from one of my clients.
Please, wait here. I shouldn't be long.
We didn't get to tell her about being angry at my parents. Yeah, I'm totally not playing Alien Isolation. I have no interest in playing that game. Sorry. I mean, I did Layers of Fear, and that was pushing it. I'm interested in the medium. I think that sounds like an interesting story. Sort of an interesting premise. She said stay here. Prochaine fois is next time. But let's not look in on a thing.
Non, non, surtout ne faites pas ça. Ce sont que des failles. Non. Voilà. Et la dernière fois que vous êtes venu, vous avez bien vu. Faut rester calme. Et vous verrez la prochaine fois,
Here.
nous en reparlerons. Voilà. Et vous verrez, ça sera beaucoup mieux pour vous, hein. Ah non, surtout pas, ne faites pas ça.
It's really hard to hear what she's saying because upstairs are talking and I can hear them.
Vous verrez, oui. Peut-être plus tard, après, oui.
Ooh, hello. I want that, whatever that is on the stairs.
Beaucoup de patience.
Yeah, but I mean, there's creepy premise and creepy games are different. That's something I'd be interested in playing. I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard to drum up any kind of interest in playing games off stream or playing games. It's because I'm so tired. And then it's like, oh, I'll start a game, or I'll think about starting again and be like, oh, I want to stream that, but I'm too tired to stream. So, yeah. It's tricky to find a balance.
Come on. Over here. Over here, Christina.
Weird eclectic mix of aesthetics. And why is there a random... That is a nasty low beam there. This is reminding me of my nan's old house.
In here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just... I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just feeling so fatigued with games. I mean, yes, I will sign up for Crab because the competition on TA, because, you know, badges, but, you know, I want to play a game and then I want to stream the game, but then I don't want to stream, or I can't stream. So it's really tricky. I've just got so many games, 300 odd to choose from. You don't know what to play. Oh, crikey hell. Hello, SD card. Badges, yes. SD card and a Rorschach test.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to find a bathroom.
Always the bathroom excuse.
Should have shown you where it was.
You have low beam imprinted on your forehead.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Not at all. You're an interesting girl, Christina. I hope you find the answers you're looking for.
Hi, Christina.
Do speak to Reverend Peter at the church. I'm sure he can help you with this.
I mean, grief-induced hallucinations are a thing, but grief-induced hallucinations don't necessarily give you an SD card. Stumble upon a supernatural story. I like that that's my first achievement. Believer. And the inevitable old MacBook that has the SD slot. Ah. Epic outfits, I have to say.
I understand that, of course. But can you explain to me why you think a dead person is talking to you?
It doesn't talk to me. She puts thoughts in my mind.
How is this affecting you?
I feel her here every day, especially at night. As though I'm always being watched. What she used to say was comforting. But now it's things that frighten me.
I'm concerned that this imaginary friend is affecting your emotions so much.
Imaginary. She is as real as you are.
Please.
Okay, so we've got high on the honesty. I like that. Ooh, really high on acceptance now. We're going to max these out, and we're only just started the game.
Keep talking to me, Emily. It's important you explain this.
I can't.
Why not?
Because she's right there. Standing behind you.
Agnes? Who's Agnes? The girl in the picture? Was that Emily in the picture? And is it Agnes or is it Emily that's haunting Christina? Hey, I wouldn't mind a pottery scene.
Hello and welcome.
Reverend Peter.
Peter, please. It's Christina, isn't it? How can I be of help?
There are a few things I wanted to ask you.
Well, after a bereavement, people often want answers.
It's about Emily. She was troubled by a lot of things.
Yes, I knew she was troubled. I tried to help her where I could, but she didn't regularly come to this church. And people who aren't religious often feel uncomfortable asking advice from a man of the cloth.
Talk about ghosts.
Emily talked about seeing ghosts here in the village. And it's something that I've experienced as well.
It's very common after a death like this to have such experiences, even for those that don't believe in the paranormal.
I thought that too, but this is something different.
It has something to do with the story of Agnes.
Agnes.
It's a local legend. It dates back to the 18th century. She was a maid who worked in the Lord's estate. Her parents brought her over from Sweden when they came to work here. The story goes that she had an affair with the Lord. When she fell pregnant, he was horrified that she wanted to legitimize the relationship. It was all very different back then, of course.
And nobody helped her.
Not from the village, no. And the staff from the house, well, they turned their back on her because of the shame of it.
So what did she do?
Of options, and without any hope, she
Paul should audition.
into the lake on the Lord's estate. Drowned herself and the unborn child.
And that's where the ghost stories come from.
Thanks, Anne. Bye. Not exactly. It's said that she cursed the area with her death, and that her spirit returns to taunt young women into taking their own lives. It's all nonsense, of course.
There are more suicides here than normal.
Some areas are more prone to this than others. The sad fact is, suicide hotspots occur more often than you'd think. And having a local legend like this only adds to the problem and plays into people's neuroses. I hope that Alexander keeps talking about it. He's the Lord's descendant.
He lives here in the village.
Yes. The estate's had the same family and for hundreds of years. I wouldn't recommend talking to him about this. It's not the kind of thing you want to hear when you've just lost a friend in the way that you have. Can be a little bit grumpy too.
You're a bit grumpy. Should we talk to the grumpy old man? Or grumpy young man, maybe. Oh look, the license plate's been blurred out. That's really quite considerate. I'm quite intrigued where this is going. Been an interesting exploration. I'm slightly worried, seeing the beginning.
Hello, Alexander?
Yes,
Grumpy old man.
I believe I met a colleague of yours today, Dominique. She mentioned to me that you worked at the clinic. I was hoping I could ask you some questions.
Very well. Come in.
Thank you.
The ghosts are blowing out the license plate, yeah. Well, it's possible they had like a filter thing they stuck on it. Or they did it in post.
This is my friend Emily. She passed away recently.
Yes. I was at the clinic when your friend was there, but purely in an advisory capacity. I couldn't comment on her treatment.
Advisory at the clinic?
Yes, I retired as a surgeon many years ago, but I would be called
Ooh, we're doing one on acceptance and honesty. Still not met Jack yet.
back to advise the psychiatric team from time to time.
Why did the clinic close?
Yeah. Series of patient disappearances. Suicides. Over the years, it led to its closure.
And anything else?
There was nothing wrong with the treatment there. It was the building that was cursed.
Do you believe there's some truth in this curse?
Oh, yes. This house has been under dark clouds for hundreds of years. Ever since my ancestors foolishly impregnated that stupid man.
So he was at the clinic and he lives in the spooky house.
Have you seen her?
Coincidence, I think not.
She haunted this house for years, burning the life out of anybody who lived under its roof. The good Reverend hasn't told you the full story, has he?
No, he can't be a ghost.
My
The Reverend
ancestor
doesn't
was an
believe in
arrogant
ghosts.
man.
He looks arrogant.
He was also stupid. A man in his position should never have gone near one of his domestic staff. I mean,
Oh look!
a maid.
Handmaids. unfortunate choice of outfit.
I suppose her being Swedish must have added an air of exoticism.
Well, that is a very calculated look.
Of course, the inevitable happened. Usually these things are handled discreetly, but for some reason she thought he would acknowledge her as the father of her child. A preposterous idea back then. She had to leave, of course.
Great quality considering the age it was set in.
How can you do this to me? How can you do this to me? I am your child. Okay! Jag går! Men jag hatar dig för att göra handen!
I've lost my subtitles.
Dig och ditt hus!
Like a reverse Sixth Sense.
The other staff
Oh,
turned their
no, it was
backs.
just the Swedish that didn't get
Nobody
subtitled.
in the village would help.
Hmm.
Quite alone, with no family to turn to, she was left with almost no choice.
And yes, lots of content warnings for suicide in this. Come on, that came out 20 odd years ago.
They say that a soul that
I already
dies
got
in a
told
state
off
of
for
rage
saying something in a
lives
book
the
from
ghost.
6 years ago. You're not
Well,
already shaming me
Agnes
for
cursed
20-year-old film.
So people believe these deaths were because of her.
Records in this house were very carefully kept, particularly so on an estate so heavily reliant on agriculture. The phases of the moon were noted. Agnes's death was remarked on at the time because of the blood moon that appeared in the sky on the night of her death.
A
Interesting.
lunar eclipse.
Indeed. 2 years on, and Agnes was barely remembered until the next blood moon appeared in the sky.
Was there a lunar eclipse the night Emily died?
That night, a maid in the house swore she'd seen Agnes on the stairs, whispering to her. The days went on, and she became more and more hysterical, claiming she heard Agnes speaking to her wherever she went.
Oh my gosh, the eye bruises. I feel ya!
The next morning, the estate steward found the maid hanging from a tree.
Shit.
After that, we grew to fear the appearance of a blood moon.
Even now.
Let me show you something.
Oh! Edda Bleep! Edda Bloop. Origin.
Out there
Discover the
is
origin of
one
Agnes!
buildings that the servants lived in.
What happened?
I had it burned to the ground.
Okay, so we're 100% acceptance. This is good. This is healthy. And 100% on honesty. This is good. Honesty plus tact. I mean, this is quite good. I mean, yes, I've never played Terraria. I mean, you feel free to make the jokes, Graf, but yes, I don't have any context for it. But yes, blood moons, lunar eclipse. Interesting. But yeah, I wonder if there was one when Emily started seeing Agnes.
When one of the servants started complaining about a woman who'd be seen in the building at night, I'd finally had enough.
Did she ever come back?
Thanks for the host, Jessie.
I had the grounds of the house lined with salt. She never returned.
But has she been seen in the village?
Oh, yes. By the lake where she died. I really don't recommend you go there.
We're totally going to the lake.
I just want to know if she had anything to do with what happened to my friend.
Look, I hope you find your answers. But if I were you, I'd leave this accursed place.
Just relaxing. I can't see anything going wrong. Just the clinic?
Hello? Anybody here?
Well, I mean, it isn't any time for a tea break. What a coincidence. But current events are just a drop in the pond. There's so much bigger fish to fry. Go left! Always go left! I mean, don't worry, Leaky. We've nearly finished with the water-related jokes. We won't brook anymore. Exactly, they'll tide you over until we find better material. I mean, maybe we can tap into some more. Indeed, indeed. Well, I mean, we've got to plug the holes, you know, while we're waiting for the ghosts to appear. Yeah. I mean, Roz has no filter. It's just pure, undiluted humour. This one's going better than the cheese ones usually do. I've just got into the flow. Oh no. Ghostly whispers. Run away. Try and find out where the voice is coming from. I mean, that doesn't look like Agnes. Agnes was blonde and wearing a red dress. This looks like the girl from the Ruddy Ring. No, Joe calls everything Bob because then Joe never forgets the names of things. I'm not doing a little pitter-pat at this point. I mean, I don't know. Emily had dark hair. It could be Emily. But yeah, honestly, if I was seeing someone dressed as a ghost, I would totally go and have a look because, you know, realistically, rationally, people know ghosts aren't real. So if you see something, you'd want a closer look. Of course, if you're in a horror game or a horror movie, then what you should do is run in the opposite direction.
Oi! What's your game? You shouldn't be here. This is a closed site.
There, they were following me.
Oh, there's always weirdos hanging about this place. It's bloody dangerous.
No, this is something different. There was someone behind me. I swear.
Well, we aren't there now.
A little bit like Emily, not wearing the same dress though.
Like that.
My friend was a patient here. I just wanted to see it for myself.
I don't think so. Well, this place has been closed more than 20 years.
No, she was here 2 years ago.
This place was closed up after the fire broke out on the ward. They moved all the mental stuff to some other place.
Okay. Was she friends with the ghost? Or did she just get the wrong place? It's weird because the audio syncs, meaning that like the first bit of the audio is getting cut off. Alexander? Hi, Jesse. We're just pointing out the content warning in the title and the tweet, just in case. No shame if you need to leave.
You didn't take my advice. That is unfortunate.
I'm sorry. I had to know if you know who this is.
That looks
Yes.
like the ghost.
This is Lucy. Unfortunate girl went missing from here a few years ago now. 3, to be precise.
Yes, Alkesh, it's not the stream, it is the game. It is very bad.
You could try talking to her father, Matthew. He still lives in the with it.
Also, hi,
I
Alkesh.
really wouldn't advise it.
Why not?
It left him in a certain fragile state. He lives on his own now.
Thank you.
You should stay away from this. No good can come of it. Your friend is gone. There's nothing you can do about that.
I just need to know the truth.
There are some answers you should not be looking for, Christina.
Thanks for host, Michael. Yeah, no, I said at the beginning, Alkesh, obviously, you may have missed it. There is a bug with the Xbox version, and the audio and video are out of sync.
Hello, Matthew?
It is. What can I do for you?
They are aware of it, but it's not
We
been
were
fixed
wondering
yet.
if we could talk to you about your daughter.
Oh. Well, I suppose you'd better come in then.
But yeah, it's not just during the scenes, it's on the transition between. So we're missing like the beginning of some of the sentences, which
Our
is slightly
friend
annoying.
recently passed away. And we
aside
felt
from that,
it
it's
might
interesting.
have something to do with what happened to your daughter.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about your friend, but I can't see what it would have to do with Lucy.
Our friend Emily had an interest in what happened to your daughter. She had a photo of her.
So yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's a syncing issue, which I thought was caused by like this thing popping up or something, but it started at the very beginning, and it just came out today, Jesse. I saw Black Clouds. It's developed by Ghost Dog Films and published by Wells Interactive. And thank you to Wells Interactive for giving me a copy of this game for streaming purposes. But yes, I did play a little bit before the stream just to test it out for them. And they were aware of a syncing issue, audio sync desync on the Series X. No, on the X, but not on the Series X. So I recorded a clip. Yeah, you're just recycling old puns now, Dan. But it's obviously happening. Hey, I got called Joe with an E today, when my name is fully like in view on an email. So I feel your pain, Russ. I have a friend called Russ. I used to call him Brussels Sprout. Don't know why. We were strange kids. But yeah, so there's a little bit of a desync issue with the audio and the video, which is... I thought it was just when it started up, but no, it's in scene transitions as well. It occasionally syncs up and then it desyncs, so it's a little bit inconsistent. I mean, I've got a decent internet connection and, Series X, and it's on the internal hard drive, so it is a shame that is happening. It doesn't tend to happen with the Diavecchi games. Obviously they've managed to do something. It may be that they need to compress the videos more. Or they're being streamed. I don't know. But either which way, this game came out today. It's an FMV game. It's new. It's supernatural horror game that deals with themes of death and suicide. So, yeah.
Why would she be interested in someone who ran away from home?
Well, we don't know, but we were hoping that you could maybe help us.
Well, I can certainly try.
Did she talk about anything strange before she ran away?
Look, I don't see why I need to talk about this.
I'm not lying.
If you haven't heard from her in this long, do you not think that something else might have happened?
No, she's somewhere. Look, I don't know where, and for whatever reason, she doesn't want to talk to me yet. But I'm sure she'll call soon enough. Look, in my heart, I know she's fine.
Have you never
Loses
thought
somewhat of its impact
maybe
with the
she's
DC.
not coming back?
Wasn't that bloody vicar? She is coming back. She's fine.
I don't think that's what she meant.
Look, I want both of you out of my house now.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not getting much help from him.
That
He's
could've gone
very
better.
much in denial. Yeah, he's very much in denial, and that ups our guilt there. Yeah, and also our tact is not great.
Go on, say it.
What? That sometimes it's better to let me do the talking.
Don't you think he was a bit of a creep? The way he was looking at us.
Yeah, you managed to get a lonely guy to chuck 2 women out of his house. Quite an achievement.
Shut up. Besides, I've got an idea.
Hi. Sorry, I thought I should come and apologise for my friend's behaviour. Do you mind if I come back in?
All right, come in then.
Aha, clever friend. Good cop, bad cop type situation. Well, I believe the term is trolling, Jesse? Why are we snooping? Okay, then that was a... Yeah, I mean, feel free to post the poll in the channel now, Jesse, if you want people to vote for stuff. I don't mind.
Look, I'm sorry, I probably overreacted, but...
Right, if we check on Charlotte, we'll, you know.
I have to say my wife...
When is it? I've been...
She's constantly out.
work all day, haven't had a chance to check.
Financial, I mean. And I just don't have it anymore, and I don't know what to do.
I mean, might be able to watch. Photo album. Start with the photo album. Depends what Leaky and I are up to because it's Easter. Okay, chest of drawers. Ooh, look behind chest of drawers. Right, I picked. Sixth Sense is on telly. Nice. Yep, so did I. Oh, and thanks for the raid, Dave. Just saw that. We were just talking about Sixth Sense, Dan. The lake near the orchard is where she told me to go. Also, hi, Sammy. Mess with the bull and you get the horn. Oh, that kind of stream today. Oh, hello. I mean, that kind of looks like her. That looks more like the blonde one, not the dark hair. We saw a dark-haired girl with that dress on. I believe the phrase is mess with the best, die like the rest.
What was that noise?
Crash and
Did
burn.
you not hear that? Look, I know you're up there. Well, you can get yourself down here and get out.
I believe we just did that.
Hmm.
I hope you found something.
Non-consensual, oh
How are
dear.
you going to get out of there? Did you smell the drink on him?
No.
That is not a good achievement name to get. I know that's from Hackers Leaky. One of my favourite films. No ass licking in this one.
you think this is the lake she was talking about?
That's the only one in Alexander's estate, so it must be the one she drowned herself in.
We have killed our relationship with Charlotte in this one. Oh dear. That's not good. Our honesty is still pretty high, considering we just broke into someone's place. This is so interesting. I'm guessing the endings are based on the numbers you get.
So is this where she's supposed to have drowned?
I think so.
I guess.
How can you kill yourself and your child?
She was desperate.
Do you think
She
we
had
should be
nowhere
doing
else to
this?
go. Yes.
I just want to know what Emily was thinking. Why she would do it.
Remember what she said in her note?
About what?
Follow me where I'm going.
I know.
What if she meant this?
I'm gonna take a look around, see if I can find that orchard that Lucy mentioned in her diary. It's got to be near here somewhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're... What? What? Stop and listen. I mean, sure, but it'll have to wait till after the stream. It's doing the ghost walk. A little bit zombied. Cautious. Running back. Let's see what's going on. Also, I love a jacket. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Leaky. Like, what did I say? Did I say something stupid? If I did, I'm sorry.
Charlotte! Charlotte! Charlotte, come on. There's a pathway through the trees.
She looks a bit shell-shocked. She does not look good. Something happened. Alright, now I'm paranoid at the stats. Oh yeah, we are tanking our relationship with Charlotte. This is not good. Still not met Jack either. Don't know who Jack is.
the clinic Emily went to.
Ugh, gives me the creeps. Let's not stay here too long.
Wait.
The orchard.
I think we're here.
There's a padlock. Me thinks you're not getting in there.
What are you looking for?
I don't really know. Maybe let's look round the back. Maybe this is a way in.
You think this is a good idea?
Nope. I said no!
Hold this.
I don't think we should be doing this.
He's on. Whoa. Flip. She's been down there 2 years?
Charlotte? She's here. Charlotte?
Alright, that's suicide number 3. This is not a good
Charlotte?
thing with content. Where's Charlotte gone?
Charlotte?
Managed to disappear our friends. Great. Good start. So we should get the police. Is that door open? Shit, that door's open. Something's definitely going a bit woo. Because Charlotte doesn't strike me as the wandering off and breaking a lock. She didn't think this was a good idea. totally looking at the files. Though you'd think they wouldn't have left any. That's her name.
How's that even possible?
Come on, look at the file! Screw the noise, at least pick up the file! It's the file! Damn it!
Charlotte! Charlotte, where are you?
It wasn't Charlotte, that was Lucy or Emily or Agnes.
Charlotte? Charlotte? Charlotte, if you're there, bloody come out!
I mean, she's got a phone, you could ring her, probably. Also, but the file!
Charlotte?
That's gonna bug me that I
Please
can't look at
don't.
that file.
Who are you?
Well, you want to see her again, why don't you kill yourself? If you want to see her again, why don't you kill yourself?
Who are you?
It's kind of weird oubliette. Okay, that's way more stairs than there should be. Is this like a reverse tower? Yes! I was also thinking less jump scary when, because it's an FMV, that's an actor playing a ghost. Look, I don't know, look up. Everyone always looks down, let's look up. Yeah, I mean, I've seen better ones, but I'm not gonna judge. I'm so far intrigued enough in the story to continue, and yeah, as opposed to some pixels playing a ghost. Yes, but I mean, you know, CG, they can do more scary things with stuff. When it's a person, you've got a limitation. What are gas pipes down here? Gas leak could explain some things.
Charlotte?
Is that Charlotte standing in the corner?
Charlotte! What are you doing? Charlotte, come on.
Yeah, you totally win, Elkesh. I mean, the audio issue is really noticeable when it flips between video files, but also the transition between video files is a little jerkier than perhaps it should be. It does sort of jar you out of the story a little bit. But I guess it's very hard to do a game that is 100% video. Keep going. Definitely don't look down. Keep going. We found our friend. We stopped her from hanging herself. She's clearly, like, been possessed or something. I'm not sure what's going on with this creepy reverse tower thing. And what was going on with the file? We have to go back and get the file. Alright, have a safe day at work. Thanks for stopping by. But the file! God damn it, game. Did anything to repair our relationship with Charlotte.
Hold on, Charlotte. I can hear the virus.
That's a nasty cut on her head. She's lost her. Where is she? She's just holding on to her coat. This is really spooky.
Charlotte!
That's not really how it happened. Is it, Christine?
No. What are you doing?
I'm going to bring you out of it. 3, 2, 1. It's all right. Just relax. Settle. Compose your thoughts.
Oh God, what's he done to her?
I believe we're making progress here. This is as close as we've come in any of our sessions so far, but we still have a way to go.
What just happened?
It felt so clear.
The sedatives will do that, but it also shows that we are getting closer. Think about it carefully, Christina. I know your thoughts will be very confused by the drugs that they gave you, but it is important that you remember.
What about the suicide?
Oh, that's obviously a reflection of your own feelings of self-harm following the incidents.
Why did I see a ghost pursuing me?
Well, ghosts can often represent unresolved feelings. In your case, guilt over Charlotte, pursuing you in a different form.
Charlotte? It was Emily that died.
And why did I see you?
Evidently you see me as a weak opponent, unable to overcome your feelings about this.
Okay, I am very confused now. I'm going to be skeptical.
I must say I'm a little disappointed of your lack of faith in me, but I have come to expect a certain level of antagonism from anybody who comes into this room. Especially someone with such troubling feelings to recall. Now, shall we try again?
Okay. I'm confused. Is anyone else confused?
Listen to my voice. When I count down to 1, you will be back in the deep recesses of your mind where all your thoughts will be clear. 3, 2, 1.
Twisty, twisty.
Marriage consists of entrusting ourselves into the deepest care of another. It is a sacred trust. Today is also an opportunity for us to not only share in the joy of Emily and Sam's love, also remember and appreciate the joy, love,
The audio
and
is a bit
friendship
peaky in these,
that we
though.
experience in our own lives. But more importantly, it is a journey.
So, yeah,
that they will
it's
take
peaking a little in my mic. I'm going to turn it. Hang on. Turn it down on the TV because it was picking it up. But yeah, on those bits, it's quite peaky. Oh, wedding is just much better than a funeral. No, Emily's alive. Charlotte's alive. Babyface guy then. Oh, great. Wonderful. Creepy baby-faced guy.
I'm fine. Are you sure? Because you seem a bit pissed. Yes. You know, I've watched those guys that your friends are talking to. I've heard they're right creeps.
Oh, he drugged us, so yeah. And it's a wedding as well.
I really don't mean to drink this much.
They're wondering if we want to go somewhere after this. Oh, come on. I think so bored. Nothing interesting seems to happen to me anymore.
No.
Let's just go and get a drink.
I said no.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. What possibly go wrong?
I mean, creepy guys and date rape drugs. Who got drugged? Charlotte or Christina?
Where's Charlotte?
Christina. She said no, her friend dragged her out, and her friend is not looking after her. Okay, and now there's a creepy old guy. Oh, I mean, I think I'm selecting the selecting one, but...
Where did you say we were going again?
We're nearly there. Only a few more minutes.
You know what? I think I'm getting out. Can you stop the car? Jack, I said I'm getting out!
Sit down, you stupid
Stop
bitch!
fucking car!
No! Fuck off!
I mean, possibly... Possibly that happened. Wasn't really paying enough attention. I'm glad you can get out, but don't really think it's particularly safe. She needs to get into the trees and get out of there. And she also needs to call the police and stuff, but yeah, this is what happens when your friends don't look after you. But don't stay on the road, you silly person. That's it, trees. Come on, you've got to lose line of sight. Break line of sight. I understand why there are shitty people like this in the world. Also, this game is quite confusing. We went from lots and lots of suicides and ghost to wedding and date rape. And kidnapping. Oh no. That is the orchard. Do we want to go to the building or do we want to run away? Which is safer? I mean, the building is the creepy asylum building. But, I mean, none of it seems safe, I know. But is it better to hide in a building or to keep running? Yeah, but maybe in this particular timeline it's not haunted? I think the building is probably safer. So we could try and lock ourselves in and call the police. Oh, or no. We took too long, maybe. That's not good. Oh shit. Okay, well. Friend also got taken, so.
isn't fucking funny.
Well, what do you think?
That one.
Are you sure? She looks like she's got more fight in her.
Can't take both.
I mean, it is the
Fuck
same.
you.
It's the same
You need
people
to
as
let
late
us go
shift,
now.
isn't it?
Take one of you with us, so who's it going to be?
Yeah, fuck you, we're not going anywhere.
Has to be one of you.
Don't go. You have to get us out of this.
That one.
Christina! Charlotte. It's okay. I swear. Christina! No! No! Don't!
I mean, if the person was behind us, it wasn't really. There wasn't really much of an option. So it's just tied in a long knot. If it was a handcuff, then that doesn't look like a metal bar. It looks like a gripper rod. Possibly a ruler. You'd be better trying to untie it. There we go. We're free now. Keep the metal rod in case you need to whomp some over the head with it. I'm guessing we've definitely not got our phone now. I guess that's why there was the file. If it was our memory, that's why there would be a file, but... Leave her or listen? I mean, leaving her... It's not sensible, but... Unless they give me the option to call the police, I'm not leaving my friend. Besides, I was bitching earlier because she didn't help us, but she obviously got kidnapped as well. So, yeah. I can still bitch because she didn't take my no for an answer. People wonder why I don't necessarily like going out and drinking. Good.
That's not really how it happened.
Oh,
Is it, Christina?
Getting annoying now, dude. I'm guessing we left her. Yeah. I mean, I'm going with the we're leaving her so we can find a phone to call the police, not abandoning our friend, because seeing as the going upstairs didn't work. No, don't go towards the creepy woods. Well, I think he's more of an expert on what happened in her trauma, but... Why did it start with Emily dying, and then Emily wedding? And what's Lucy got to do with it, and Agnes, and the ghosts, and... Clearly something happened to Charlotte that is traumatizing, but... I mean, I've played it from the beginning and I'm confused.
2, 1. Christina, you're back. It's all right, Christina, you're quite safe.
No, I couldn't have left her.
What else could you have done?
Could have saved her.
I should have stopped it. I should have gone up the stairs.
We tried.
She must have known. Do you really think that in her last moments she expected you to come and save her? She must have been resigned to her fate, accepting of it even.
I don't know what she would have thought.
I'm really not sure what's going on with these bars here, and who's Jack?
Do you really think she would want you to carry around all this all your life? You've done so well today. This is a real breakthrough. It's taken us days to get this far. You should be feeling very proud of yourself.
So the first hour is confusing.
Can't believe she's really
Dead? Well, it's the body, Christina, not the life.
Yeah, definitely wait for the patch. It's a lot less emphasis. It's not a lot less emphatic with the desync, unfortunately. Okay.
Hi, Christina. It's Emily.
Okay. So it's been 2 hours. I'm not stopping, but I need some. Yeah. I'm really intrigued. I'm confused. I'm wondering how long a playthrough is because, I mean, I was tired 3 hours ago and, you know, it's now 10 o'clock, but I do need some more tea. So I'm going to take a quick tea break. So feel free to get up, stretch your legs and also hydrate. And I should be back in a few minutes. Take care. I'm back. I'll take your word for it, Leaky, on the Telford. I couldn't read the street sign. And I will see you in a bit then. So, yeah.
I know you don't want to talk at the moment, but I wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you. I know everything that's happened has been difficult, and I think you've got a long way to go in your therapy. Having a trauma like that can make you deny reality and see your deeper feelings turn into monsters. The world isn't all like that, but I could understand why you'd feel that way. Having said all that, I really think you got through this because you're a good-hearted person. Some people might say you should protect yourself more, but I like you the way you are. I like that you're loyal, you're protective of your friends, and that you're not afraid to show your emotions. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
No, that's fine. I was trying to read it, I just couldn't see it, and it was quite long. So now I'm not quite sure what's reality and what was weird therapy. And why weird therapy involved all of our friends killing themselves. We haven't had any achievements in a while. Ha! Clear. Ooh. Christina's head is clear. Okay, so I had a tea break and then 3 minutes later we got to the credits. That was great timing, so the answer is it's about 2 hours of playthrough. She knew it was coming? Oh, right. Yeah, her head is the only thing that's clear, because certainly what happened in that game is not. I mean, I guess it's an exploration. Her friend died and then she was trying to resolve it, but... Jack? Who the flick is Jack? We never met Jack. I'm certainly going to play that again and try and go for the non-ghost approach and be skeptical and see what we can, if we can improve our relationship with Charlotte. Certainly felt like I got more choices at the beginning that probably shaped the story. That was very clever. And from what Barry was saying, when he went at the very beginning, well, I've not seen that. You get quite a different story. Oh yes, Head of Marketing Ben Tester. When you get an email from someone called Ben Tester, you're like, is this a real person? I'm gonna have to apologise because you didn't think that they were a real person. They are very nice. It's just they have an unfortunate surname when you work in development. So Shrewsbury, Wellington, Abbey Manor. I mean, I knew it was set in England. You don't get forests like that anywhere else. Rest in peace, Lee's Shropshire. Well, that was very clever. Oh, Shropshire. Is that where Telford is? Do we get some kind of... Aha! Alright, there are 4 endings. We made 198 decisions. We have seen less than a third of all the scenes. We never met Jack, so yeah. I mean, I'm quite pleased with our honesty and strength full bars. Mostly full morality, fairly even tact, and some introspection. 100% acceptance, which is probably why we got a clear-headed ending. But yeah, I don't know Jack. We did not have a good relationship with Charlotte. Probably because of the breaking and entering and the insistence on the fact that there are ghosts. But I thought this was because our friend Emily had died from suicide and we were exploring our grief related to that. So I was going full on ghost mode. And then it turns out that Charlotte died and it just started getting weird after that. So yeah, I will definitely be playing that again. Not on stream. I think that's enough of a playthrough for everyone to get their appetite whetted. And this came out today. I believe it's currently on sale for 10% off. It's £9, I think, so definitely worth picking up. Definitely support small indie games, and this is an indie game. I mean, the only criticism I have is really about the audio desync and the transitions. Possibly some compression issues there, or lack of compression. But I don't know enough about FMVs, really, so I can't say for sure. But yeah, I mean, I could probably do 3 playthroughs of that and get 3 different stories. I might even get to meet Jack. But yeah, that was... Yeah, I'm just amused that I had my tea break just right before the end. Sure, there must be more story because we hadn't met Jack. Indeed. Wales Interactive, I Saw Black Clouds. It's out on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, possibly Switch. But there's a link in the chat. If you're interested. But yeah, it's not massively expensive and it's important to support small businesses, including indie game makers. Even if it's quite a big publisher, I imagine it's quite a small company. The FMVs tend to be fairly small. Let's have a quick look at some infos on Ghost Dog Films. So, oh, and also, how many achievements did we get? So we got 4 out of 15. I'm not going to look, because I feel like I don't want to get spoiled. But Ghost Dog Films, that's the only one that they've published on Xbox, only one that they've developed that's on Xbox. It is a similar vibe to Late Shift, but not the same developer. Late Shift was CTRL Movie. Wales Interactive have published 11 games on Xbox, including The Complex, Shapeshifting Detective, 5 Dates, Headspun. I've played quite a few of these Wales Interactive ones. They are quite good. Actually, no, they've published 10. One of them never came out. That was the controversial one. So 10. Most of which are FMVs. Soul Axiom is an interesting puzzle game. Knee Deep's a point and click. Coffin Dodgers is a weird racer. They've done some scary ones as well. They were publishers for Made of Scare, and also the developers. But of the ones that I've streamed before, Headspun, Complex. I haven't streamed The Bunker, have I? Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, Simulacra, Shapeshifting Detective, they were all Wales Interactive. They're a good publisher. So, yeah. Important to support them. And let's go back and just check. Yeah, so it's out currently for £8.99. 10% off for the next 7 days because it's just come out. Still worth it at full price, I think. But yeah, the blurb is, after the unexpected death of a close friend, Christina returns to her hometown looking for answers, only to unearth a string of dark secrets. The truth turns out to be far more harrowing than she could have imagined. I Saw Black Clouds is an interactive psychological thriller with supernatural elements and branching storylines. How you connect with the characters and the moral choices you make along the way will affect what you discover, the journey you take, and the resolution you find at the end. Drastically changes the story depends on your choices. So, yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, yeah. I mean, story-wise, yes, it's more late shift than it is, I don't know. The Bunker, I don't think had many choicey things. The Bunker was sort of a one playthrough. Complex was branching. Shapeshifting Detective and Dr. Decker are slightly more linear. You gain more information depending on what choices you make and what questions you ask and how many interactions you make. Yeah, Bunker you had to collect stuff. It was less a branching game. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to play this again off stream. I'll be interested to see if I make different choices, whether I get a completely different story. But yeah. So I can get my stats back. So that's cool. Awesome. So, we're just going to end it here. Obviously, that was terrible timing for the tea break. I didn't realise that was going to happen. Definitely didn't realise that was going to happen. I thought there was going to be a little bit... It was going to be a little bit longer based on the fact that I didn't have an idea of what was going on. I haven't finished yet, Jessie. Give us a chance. I've got to do my spiel. I just didn't want to have the music on the ending credit. So yeah, I've been meaning to stream a little bit more of Darkside. But I was absolutely exhausted at the weekend and yesterday, so I didn't get a chance. I really want to get this particular scene with Rupert Booth, so I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I don't think it would be a particularly long stream, but I'll see how I feel tomorrow if I want to pick up the Darkside one. And then Thursday I need to do, I think this week's going to be promo week. I might see if I can do a double bill on Thursday and do like an hour of a couple of promo games to clear my backlog a little bit, because I do want to pick up another long haul PC game. Maybe Quantic Dream, maybe Dreamfall, maybe the same producer as Zero Escape. Haven't decided yet. That'll be after Easter. But yeah, so we might try and do a very short stream tomorrow just to get the scene from Darkside, because it'd be interesting to get reactions as well. I did say I was going to do it the weekend, and I didn't, and I feel bad about that. But yeah, no, that was a really good game. Highly recommend that one. If only just to figure out what's going on. And can I raid ID? I think they turned off raiding. They're playing Signs of the Sojourner. Oh, no, we can raid ID. So we're going to do that. So I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. I'll be back possibly tomorrow, definitely on Thursday. But for now, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And goodbye.